So I'm making this video for Deets. If you don't know Deets, I don't know what to tell you. But Deets, uh, you said you want strength. So you want to train in the 4 to 5 rep range. 4 reps to 5 reps as your max reps. If you're using a weight and you don't have a weight that you can do 4 or 5 reps of that move, then do as close to 4 or 5 reps as you can. When it's not a solid 4 to 5 reps, you can make it harder or easier. So if I was doing bicep curls, to make it harder, I could do preacher curls, like, preacher curls aren't a very good exercise because they're too hard for most people, but, a preacher curl would be like if I had a bench and I went like that. That would make it harder. To make bicep curls easier, you could just do half reps, like up to here and back down. Now, while I have this weight, let me show you all the moves. So, how do I do this? So this move I'm about to show you is for chest. You lie down, lie over your arm, spread your legs, and try to lift up. That is for your chest. For your biceps, well, let me finish showing the chest. So, one move you can do for your is a volume up. Okay, so one move you can do for your chest is you can sit and have your legs together, grab your legs and press. Press together. That's for your chest. Another thing for chest is you can have like a bench, and then go like that. And I can also do that like this. I can go like, and then for triceps, you can do tricep extensions, like, and then you can do that on one arm, like that. My foot up here, my other foot down there. And you can do it where your arms are tucked, not up here. It's easier. And then, so those are the main tricep moves. Also, for triceps and rear delts and lats, you can lie down and press, and that'll work triceps too. You can lie down on your front and press. Another good move is you can lie here and open up your chest. So this hand is to push you back. And this hand is the working arm. And you can rotate around upper chest, lower chest, that works your chest and bicep and front delt. Now for front delts, rear delts, lateral delts, for your whole shoulder, take your hand, tilt it like pouring a drink, bend, and then press down on it. It'll train your rotator cuff. For your legs, sit, bend one leg for stability, support. Put your hand on your leg and lift up. Try to lift up and press it down. If that gets too easy, you're ready for advanced leg calisthenics. So, also for legs, there's a move you can do with weight. For your glutes, you can go like that. I don't feel it because my glutes are strong. And you can do one-legged squats. You can do 60 squats and one-legged 60 squats. Oh, I need to hold on to something for best. Plus, I'm sure I was doing 60 squats like 2 days ago. You can also do split floor bridge curls. So get like a shirt or towel and a smooth floor, or get slidey pads, and then you put your foot on them, and then you go like that. You can do that one leg. If it's more friction, it's harder. There's also for ab rolls. So you can go like, it's hard for me to do them, but you go forward and back. This is for strength though, since you said you want strength. So if it's other goals, it's different rep range, but it's the same moves. And you want to do dips. Don't do pull-ups or push-ups. Do dips and do one-arm Australian pull-ups. So here. So what you would do is you would go like on one arm, but your feet on the floor at an angle, and then you can do dips. You can do one arm Australian chin-ups and one arm Australian pull-ups. So let me move this back. So dips are very good. You don't need a lot of weight for weightlifting, because you can make it harder. But if you have access to higher weights, like up to 50 pounds, 70 pounds, 100 pounds, you should up the weight. Now, I use resistance bands for my tendons. So strength training for tendons is simple. You grab a resistance band, stand on it, and then strain in the middle. If you can go all the way up, it's not going to train your tendons that well. Stay in the middle and strain. With resistance bands, there's no impact, so it's easy on your joints. High impact is running, weightlifting, jumps. You don't want to do that too much. So doing calisthenics is better. The progressions are hard, but that's why you want to do weighted calisthenics. So if you're doing push-ups, get a backpack and put weights in it, and then do push-ups. Or get like a weight vest, or just do dips and get a weight belt. Or you can something I did to double my dips in one workout was I grabbed the weight and I held it and I stood on one leg and I went up with 40 pounds. This is 20 pounds. And then I went back. So be more like, you put on ankle weights, wrist weights, weighted vest, you take it off, you feel lighter. But you need all of the muscles involved in that move to be in proportion or close to in proportion. So dips is chest, shoulders, triceps, front delts, shoulders, not lateral over here. But with dips, I was able to go from 7 reps to 15 reps in one workout. I could only do 7, that was my max. So you wanna do the weighted partial reps with a hop, assisted on one leg, hop, and then do dips, like just 2 arms with body weight, no added weight, and then go back to the weighted assisted partial reps, baby reps. And one technique is you want to do a moderately heavy lift to like 75% of failure, and then do a different type of move for the same muscle. So like if I was gonna bench and I wanted to bench like let's say 150, because 150 would be hard for me right now, I would do weighted 2-arm push-ups, and then I would hit the bench and I will probably get 150. That's called post-activation potentiation. You do an exercise that challenges you and you get a temporary strength boost. That's not permanent. Same with cardio. I'll do this thing that I call jump aerobics. I do it on one leg most of the time. What I'll do is I'll jump up, back down. Wait, I messed up. Up, back down, and back up from back down immediately without pause. That is one of my signature moves, because what that does is you're hopping back up from back down immediately without pause with double the force of going up. You're going up, down, and then no pause, right back up. And you do that for as many reps as you want. You can use either weight. I would not train formal ballistics training like what Leon did in Resident Evil, so that when he went to Spain in Resident Evil 4, he had trained his ballistics. So ballistics is a type of power training. Power and fitness is strength and speed combined. So things like jumps or weighted throws with your hands. Ballistics is only the contraction part of the range of motion. So only acceleration, no deceleration. So if I wanted to do that with this jump aerobics, I could take a lightweight and go up. I would do that 4 times, 4 reps, no more than 5, because you want your leg to not get accustomed to the minimum amount of force required to complete the lift. So if you're doing that like 20 jumps, 20 jumps up, 20 jumps down, then your body is used to it. But that is a bit advanced. Another move for your abs is the dragon flag. So it's invented by Bruce Lee, but it's not a very good ab exercise. It's more of an intermediate one. Ab rollers are actually advanced, but it looks like this. So you press with your triceps with something next to your head. I could grab the side of the bench too, like that. And you lift your body up in a straight line. Upper back and head stays on the floor. That's good for abs. Another strength move I can give you is for your legs. So you get into a lunge and you hop up with the front leg and apply force with the back leg. Then you can lift up eventually. You can also raise your knee and try to press it down for your hip flexors. Same with that move I showed earlier, the leg lift, where you try to press your leg down. So for strength, you want to be eating 1 to 1.3 times your body weight in pounds and grams of protein per day that you strength train. So if you weigh 150 pounds, what is that? 195 grams of protein, because that's 150 times 1.3. I think that's what it is. 195. So I weigh 125 pounds. So what do I need? I need 162.5 grams of protein. I need 162, run up to 163. So today what I have, there's protein with amino acids in it. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins and peptides. Proteins are longer chains of amino acids, and peptides are medium chains. And then there's just the essential amino acids. But here, let me show you. So here is a good one. It's whey. 20 grams of protein, but the 20 grams is where is it? The 20 gram, oh, here it is. The 20 grams is all amino acids. So 12 grams of amino acids, essential amino acids, is equivalent to 40 grams of protein. So if I took the whole serving of this, 20 grams, that's like half what I need for the day. That's like half. This brand Owen, or you can't see it, but it has 30 grams. Yeah, it has 30 grams, right? Yeah, 30. And where's the thing? Oh, here's the typical amino acid profile. So this is what I take. There's also this one. If you can't afford those, this one is cheaper. And this tastes good. But this has a ton of the other way only had 20. This says 25. But also you want to eat protein throughout the day. before your workout, during your workout, after your workout, before bed. I'm injured. I had nerve damage and I had severe muscle and blood loss. So I used to be a lot stronger and faster. In my prime, I was doing one arm planche. So planche is a basic bodyweight move. It's advanced, but it's really basic. You put your hands at your waist. So you put your hands at your waist. And then you press from your waist. And then uses your biceps, chest, front delts. When you want to train for planche, you want to do this right here that I showed earlier, pressing down into the floor with like that. And if you lift weights, do the 4 to 5 reps, pause, and then after like a few several seconds do another rep, pause, until after pausing for like 25 seconds you still can't do a rep. Like, that's how I went from bicep curling 35 pounds to 45 pounds in one workout. The beginning I could curl 35 pounds 3 or 4 reps, and at the end I was sore and tired, but I bicep curled 45 pounds for 3 reps, or like 4. So I increased by 10 pounds in one workout. I had these weights, I don't have them anymore, but I had these weights and a strap. And I would curl. These sets were 20 minutes long. So I did 3 of them each arm. So right arm, then left arm. It's called myo reps, myo sets, mid-set break, rest, pause. It's where you do the same move superset. So a superset is where you do one move and then go right into the next move. But I do it all with one move. So people do supersets to save time, but I'm trying to build more muscle. I'm trying to spend more time, because I could easily do the 5 reps or 4 reps in like 8 seconds, 10 seconds, and then break for like 6 minutes. But instead of doing 3 sets, each one took 20 minutes. So even if you can only do like 4 reps, 3 reps, just stay there for like 20 minutes. Do that 3 times, because for bodyweight moves you need 10 max rep sets. That's like perfect volume. That's like a perfect 10. Any more would be overtraining. For weights, for any type of training, strength, endurance, 20 to 25 sets is the max you can do. Any more just will not help. So 25 sets for weights as your max rep sets. Like with body weight it's different, because it has different effects on your body, I guess. But you want to do weights for your biceps, weights for your arms, okay? For your legs, I would do like the sissy squats, the slidey leg curls, all of that stuff. When you get really strong with your quads, you can start trying to do one-legged leg extensions, like I can't do it. I'm sore from 2 days ago, but and you can hold on to something. Now there's also neuromuscular training. So neuromuscular training is done sparingly. So every once in a while, when you've gotten stronger, then you go to neuromuscular training. So neuromuscular training is usually in a bent arm, bent leg position where you're lifting yourself up, like I was doing those lifts on the bench here, um, with like my chest and my biceps over my head. That is neuromuscular training. Standing up from a chair or bench is neuromuscular training. Standing up on one leg from a chair or bench, that is not strength training. So you'll get stronger, but it's from your nerves. The signal that they're sending to activate your muscles. Um, Now, the 4 to 5 reps is for strength. So you'll have a sleeper build. You won't be massive if you follow this routine. If you want size, then just do a lot of reps, do a lot of bulking. Bulking and cutting isn't necessary for most people. You can just maintain your fat levels, don't gain fat, gain mass, or shred down, cut, just maintain a healthy weight. If you also want to take sodium and potassium, those help your muscles. So sodium is more for when you sweat, but if you're not sweating, you don't need as much sodium, but you need potassium. Potassium and sodium are in a balance, so and they work for your muscles. You do not need creatine. Creatine would not be good if it weren't for the fact that it's so cheap. The only thing this creatine does is it gives you 3 to 5% higher weight on your 1 rep max for heavy weightlifting, and it also makes you store water weight, 5 pounds of water weight. But creatine does not build lean muscle mass. So lean muscle mass is the sleeper build kind. It's dense, it's good for endurance, it's stronger. Type 2A and 2S muscle fibers have higher contractile speeds and they're more explosive, but overall they're weaker in long duration movements. When you stretch, you can swing. So I'm gonna show all the stretches now, even though it's in another video on my YouTube. So you wanna go like this, swing your arms for your biceps and chest, swing up, swing down, do this for rear delts. For your lateral delt, go like this, lateral shoulder to the middle shoulder, front shoulder is back. For your triceps, you can go like that. For abs, you lie down to stretch your abs and you drag like that, but you don't move. And you can drag diagonally for the side abs, like obliques and stuff. For legs, for your calves and hamstrings, for calves, step back. Notice how that foot is flat. For calves, hamstrings, stand with your feet together, and then go down, bounce, 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 not touching. So ballistic stretching when you bounce is good for, can you see me, Mr. Fitness? Go, oh, yeah, I see you. So ballistic stretching is good for explosive exercises. Static stretching is good for isometric holds. So if you want to be able to kick really explosively, do ballistic stretching. So I would grab my quad and go like that. when you want to stretch your wrist, you go like this, and then like that, and get your thumbs. To stretch the back of your hand, make a fist, and then pull it back. So you can do basic stretching with any body part. So, your back, your lats swing up because your lats pull down. For your back, you can go like that, and then go into like almost like a knee push-up position. Go to the sides. And then go here. This is for your psoas muscle. It's spelled Psoas. So another move is for your back. You have to make sure you stretch your lower back. So you want to lie down and go like that. But this move causes injuries, so you might not want to do it. But it's where you live on side up, left leg, right leg. Left arm, right leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's for Aquaman. You can do it weighted, like hold weight, but that move will train your deep back inner muscles and tendons, and you only need to do that move until you get stronger, then you can stop. With cardio, if you do cardio and improve your heart endurance, it takes 1 to 2 weeks of not doing cardio to lose 25% of the heart endurance you gained in the past several months. So if I just did a whole bunch of cardio for a few weeks and I'm faster, my heart endurance is better, my lungs are better, then I gotta maintain that for like several months. So that's why I stopped doing cardio, because it got too easy. I stopped sweating. Cardio, you want to do step aerobics, stair climbing. Don't do elliptical bike, treadmill. Those take a lot of effort to get you to sweat. Cardio, anything higher intensity, will get you to sweat. Anything that you do at 100% intensity, that doesn't mean it's cardio. Cardio means you do it at 55% intensity and you sweat like you just ran a mile, like in the heat. So if you have a stair climber, that's better, but step aerobics works. Basically, you step up one leg, up other leg, down first leg, down second leg, up second leg, up first leg, down second leg, down first leg, up. So you alternate. When you do on one leg, you need to be able to do one-legged squats, but not like these. That's pistol squats. You don't have to be able to do those. But for one-legged hopping, that is one of my specialties. So about this distance is all you should need at first. You shouldn't need to go outside. I have gone outside with heavy ankle weights and a weighted backpack and done one-legged hopping. I've done one-legged hopping up staircases with ankle weights on, but for now, this is all the distance you should need, all the space. So you pick a leg to start with. You want to lean, not too much, but if you can stabilize with your toes, then that helps. But you're gonna raise the other knee. So for some people, when they first try, they can only hop like that, and other people are just naturally stronger. If you can do one-legged hops well, that is good, because some people don't respond well to horizontal cardio. So you could do vertical cardio or horizontal cardio. Vertical takes more leg strength. Horizontal is more about friction. So if you want to train your friction, get something heavy and rough, put it on the floor, and try to move it. So I used to do this with this bench stepper that I would do this for a while. You can also do it with your hands. There is cortisol in your sweat. So anytime you sweat a lot in your armpits or on your hands or feet, you want to rub your hands together and rub your feet together, because that cortisol is a natural steroid. So don't waste that sweat. When you're at a gym, and if you want to try bench or barbell back squat, the proper form to bench is to not flare your elbows out like this. They should be tucked back. They don't have to be tucked like this, squeezing yourself, but having it above your nipple, the barbell will put more strain on your chest. A lot of guys have a weak chest. A lot of guys actually have a decent front delt. My front delt is weak. Your shoulders, no matter how you train, are always half and half between bulk muscle mass and lean muscle mass. So if you want your shoulders to be strong, do this. So you just need a light weight, like 10 to 20 pounds, lying down, and do your front shoulder raises like this. When you're standing, it's a lot easier because you have momentum. And for your fingers, you can train them individually. Your flexor extensor tendon. For your forearms, what I would do is I would do push-ups and stuff with different hand positions. So I could do push-ups like this, and like this, or like twisting my hands. There's other moves too. There's reverse planche, like the opposite of the bicep pushing from your weight. When you want to stretch your glutes, that's anything you go like that or like that. For your IT band, your outer thigh, you want to grab something, step out and cross over that leg. For What else? So strength. Do not do a tendon neuromuscular training. So I said neuromuscular training, you don't get sore, you don't strain. But tendons is about straining in a bad position. So if you do what I did, if you try to do a one-arm chin-up, when your grip strength is strong enough to hold on with one hand, but your bicep is too weak, it'll injure your nerve. And that's how I got nerve damage everywhere. Most of it's healed, but I still have it. It's a disease. It's called sciatica. Because I have scoliosis, so my left side is curved. I'm like that. It's weird. I'm like that here, and then at my hip, it's like that, and then up around my neck, it's like that. So I have a really bad spine. Like, if you look at my back, look how much arch I have. Like, look how much, it's like an arched back. If you have a bad back, I wouldn't do barbell back squats. The proper way to do barbell back squats, if it's like heavy weight, you want to grab the bar close, not wide out. And you want to make sure your legs are spread apart enough. Some people are fine with it, but other people, when they go down, they want to fall back. So that's why they have these blocks that they put down that elevate them, so it helps them to lean forward. But I would not do barbell back squats. I would do one-legged weighted squats, sissy squats. You can do, I mean, there's not a lot of options. If you can't do a sissy squat, then what you can do is you could be here and go like that. Going like so for your what other muscles? For your calves, just do one-legged calf raises with added weight. Your calves can handle a lot because your Achilles tendon is there. If you want to know whether or not you have good genetics, your tendons are a lot stronger than your muscles. So if you were born able to fit like 4 or 5 fingers in between your bicep and your forearm, then you're genetically gifted for strength, not for bodybuilding because your muscles will be short, but for strength, having tiny muscles and longer, thicker tendons is better. And your tendons do get stronger when you lift and do whatever push-ups and stuff. Now, with push-ups, if you still want to do push-ups and you don't like dips, you need to progress to one-arm push-ups. A lot of people stick to the 2-arm push-ups. They can do several dozen, over 100. The form for one-arm push-ups, a lot of people do it weird. How I do it, and keep in mind, your hand has to be bent like this. You should see the folds in your skin on your wrist. It should feel uncomfortable, and you want to have one leg slightly out from where your hand is, and the other leg really far out. And then you go down and up. Even if you can do several one-arm push-ups, getting into the position will still feel hard until you can do like 17. I've never done more than 14 one-arm push-ups on one hand in a row. But if you have a really heavy weight, like 100 pounds, 90 pounds, like I have this weight here, but I'm not strong enough to use it for much. But if you have a really heavy weight, then, well, so when you're doing bodyweight moves, you don't need added weight. People saying to do weighted calisthenics, you don't need to. So I would buy a decent amount of weight, and the moves you can do with that are mostly upper body. So I would do that though, but the bodyweight alternatives will always be better. So except for biceps. Biceps there is only planche and chin-ups. So that's why I do Australian chin-ups on one arm, so that I'm working my bicep. And even that is neuromuscular training, because that's not getting me sore, that's not training me. Because Australian pull-ups, chin-ups, are where your feet are on the floor. So it's 70% as hard as a regular pull-up, except I'm doing that on one arm. And I would do it with added weight. I could probably do a one-arm chin-up if my bicep was a little bit stronger. You want to stretch, but you don't need to warm up. So always stretch before your strength training. And I would just stretch your whole body. So for your rear delts though, if you want to do an additional move in addition to pressing down or doing upright rows, you can lie down, cross the weight over, and lift it up. That's a rear delt fly, but in a lengthened position. When you when you do one-legged hopping, your max one-legged speed is around 2/3 of your max two-legged speed. It's not half, it's 2/3. So I can run on one leg around 20 miles per hour. So my max two-legged speed is like 30 plus, because I don't use my toes. So if I use my toes, I'm wearing good shoes, maybe 40 plus. But in my prime, when I was like 3 or 4 times stronger than I am now, I was a lot faster. Now, there is there is immediate onset muscle soreness and delayed onset muscle soreness. So delayed is when you get up the next morning and then you feel sore. Immediate onset muscle soreness is you feel all the soreness immediately. Like if I'm doing preacher curls for the first time with heavy weight, that would be both. I would have delayed and I would have immediate. Some of each. I'd just be really sore. But your first time doing a move, you will experience a lot of gains. After doing push-ups many years, it loses the effect. Still, if one muscle, if I can tricep extension 40 pounds and chest flying 30 pounds straight on, but I can only front shoulder raise like 10 pounds without momentum, lying down, then push-ups might target my shoulders more. But when you do that compound move, if they're not in proportion with each other, you're wasting your time. You're only training one or two muscles. So if you're wondering why I can only bench like 135 a few reps, that's because of my shoulders. My triceps and my chest, however, are strong. So that is the drawback to doing compound lifts. They're good for strength only if your muscles are all in proportion with each other. And if you're doing it to only train one muscle, that is wrong because you have muscular experience. So if I drop down right now and do like 40 push-ups, that's like my max, then because I have no endurance, all 40 reps from strength, then that uses up one day of muscular experience. You're 25 years to build your max muscular potential. Not like, oh, I train today, tomorrow, the next day, a year later, I use 1 year. No, that's 3 days. But some muscles have less time, like the abs. The abs have 10 years of muscular experience. Your tendons have like 10 to 15. Your tendons heal faster than your muscles. People think your tendons heal slower. They don't. Your tendons are very strong. Now, what was I gonna say? So, do not run outside for your cardio. Running will only improve your cardio if you do it a lot, really fast, all out. It's better to do step aerobics or stair climbing or even swimming. Even elliptical would be better because elliptical has resistance. So even though, because the rule for cardio is you need to be stopped within 5 minutes. Otherwise, it won't improve your heart endurance. You need to be on the floor, pants, and stopped. For lean muscle mass with weights, resistance training, it's 1 to 7. So if you can do 7 1/4, 7 1/10, 7 bajillionth reps, then it becomes bulk muscle mass training. Bulk muscle mass is less dense, it's more explosive, it contracts faster, better for force production, but it's overall weaker than lean muscle mass pound for pound because it's less dense. So if there's less muscle in it, there's more water and fat. How to tell what you have is if you look at your arm non-flex versus flex, if there's a dramatic, there'll still be a difference with whatever type, but if there's a dramatic difference, like I can only see this lump and maybe some of my tricep up here, And when I flex, it gets a lot bigger. It'll still get bigger regardless, but if it if you're not seeing any muscle at all, if it's just string bean, when I don't flex, and then when I flex, that's when I see it. And if it's small, if your arms are like 18 inches and your bicep curl 50 pounds, you have bulk muscle mass, okay? Your arms 18 inches around your bicep peak. Now, when you flex, you have two levels. So level 1 is just a regular flex. Level 2 is you flex and soon you start shaking. So you want to master that level 2 because most guys do not flex hard enough. They could be getting another couple centimeters out of their flex. When you flex fully, it looks better. You don't want to strain and be shaking, so you want to practice doing it so you shake. Now, when you're training bodyweight move progressions, you can be on one leg, one arm, bent leg, put it on a stack of books, use parallax dip bars, push-up bars. You can change the width, change the height, stagger your hands, change the rotate your hands, change all different stuff. So you want to experiment with that to get the best workout. Now, his goal is only strength. Because he said strength. Yeah, he said yeah. So you can reach probably, I would say, a 5,000 pound bench press, and I guess maybe a 9,000 pound squat. I would say that's the human limit. If everything possible went right for you and perfectly, if you want to be realistic, I would say maybe a 1,000 pound bench and 1,500 pound squat. So I only have strength. I have no endurance. So if I drop down right now and did like 35 push-ups, that's all from strength. So meaning if I could do like 200 push-ups, I'd be benching like 900 or 1,000 pounds, right? But if you have endurance, or if you are able to get endurance, you should not be going anywhere near 35, 40 reps. For your abs, hold a weight when you do sit-ups, or put ankle weights on when you do dragon fly. Do everything higher load. I have no endurance and I cannot get any. So that is my superpower, is if I did 1,000 push-ups, it would all go into strength. I wouldn't start getting all bulky and getting all endurance. I wouldn't do that. What I can do is just get stronger by doing more reps. So if I were to do like 500 reps, 2-pound bicep curls, and then I went up to 5 pounds, did like 100 reps, up to 10 pounds, all in the same workout, went up to 10 pounds, did like 50 reps, 15, 20, 25, 30. I eventually maybe get some endurance, but only because it's weights and it's such high reps, but the endurance wouldn't last. So back when I was in my prime, I could jump across this whole room on one leg from standing still. I lost all of that in like a month. It was for 2 weeks, I could jump across the whole room. After 2 weeks, I got weaker. When you get so fast and so much endurance and so strong and explosive that you're running faster than a car on the highway, you need to do conditioning to maintain it. So conditioning is a broad term. I correlate it with functional training for your strength, for your joints, mobility. When you stretch, it should be stretching. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna do this shit. No, that's not stretching. Do real stretches. Mobility is extra. It's like stability or balance or agility. And if you want to train lung capacity to go with your cardio, your heart endurance, the leg strength, do rib stretch breath holding. So you arch your back, bend your neck back, and hold your breath. When you hold your breath, you can do a very tight hold where you're forming this strong vacuum within your mouth and lungs, and that is not good for holding your breath. You're gonna form such a tight vacuum that all the air in you wants to come out. So you don't need to take a super deep breath once you get good, because your diaphragm and your lungs get stronger. So if I take a really deep breath and arch my back, tilt my head back, I'm not gonna last even 45 seconds. It's too much air. I can't hold it all. I don't need that much air. I've trained rib stretch breath holding all different ways. Holding weights, weighing down my diaphragm, holding weights while running in place and running around with rib stretch. For reflexes, you can get some like small cotton handkerchiefs from like Amazon and ball them up and throw them up and then try to catch them. My reflexes are really good. You can also get a stress ball, throw it underhand, catch it overhand. And I can actually throw the stress ball as fast as I can and catch it multiple times in a row. If you want to train your I guess what should I call it? Your like, there's other muscles like from your forearm to wrist extensions. For your abs, you can do like you can twist your abs of the transverse abdominis, so that's the horizontal muscle fibers. So it works when you twist. This is also a stretch. If you if you need heavier weight, get a let me get this. If you need heavier weight, you can get a ratchet tie-down strap and connect the weight. So I'm not familiar with how to connect this because it's been a while, but you basically take this ratchet tie-down strap. These are used to secure heavy cargo to truckloads, but I use it to strap on a weight. I think it goes in here. If I can get this, that would be amazing. Let me see. No, I didn't do right. But you would basically, let me undo this now. I'm sick of this. What did I do? Oh shit. Oh no. Let me undo this. But you could basically attach weights to yourself with this through a loop. You would loop it like a weight plate with a hole, or a dumbbell, and that would be how you add weight. I'll figure this out later. I'll use this at some point. I have a polypropylene bungee cord that I used to use as added resistance for planche. I could do one arm planche push-ups. Not the normal way they do them, where they tilt their body and extend one arm out. I did the hardest version of one arm planche push-ups and one arm planche hold. You might not know what that is, but it's very hard. I used the bicep curl like 3 times what I do now. I used the bicep curl like 150 pounds in one arm. So when you're eating to the protein, you want carbs. So because doing heavy strength training requires carbs, sugars in your body. So if you're feeling weak, that means maybe your blood sugar is low or you have no glycogen. As you strength train, it doesn't use oxygen. It burns glycogen from your muscles. So aerobics is like walking or like step aerobics. Anaerobics is when you don't need oxygen. Like if I just pick up 20 pounds each and start curling while I'm holding my breath won't matter. That's anaerobics. So I would say eat a lot of carbs and eat less fat. I would eat maybe 60 grams of fat a day. Maybe that's too much. No, maybe 50. But and I would get like a food that has a reasonable amount of carbs, a reasonable amount of sugar, and pace yourself throughout the day. Now, I do not have a 6-pack. This is just stubborn belly fat. I have abs underneath, but if you want to get lean, eat fruits and vegetables, eat protein, eat less meat and more protein supplements. Meat has a lot of fat. Just eat fruits and vegetables. If you don't like vegetables, then just eat fruits. You don't have to eat vegetables. But you need some vegetables like for your colon and your brain, so you can just take supplements. But another thing is if you're going to the gym and you're adamant about going to the gym, you don't want to work out at home and do this calisthenics BS. Um, um, the gym has usually a I don't know, machine section. So when you're using machines, there's one thing to keep in mind. So if I am using the bicep machine, right? As opposed to just doing curls with free weights, the machine is continuous tension. So normally, if I pick up a weight, the bottom half is harder, the top half is easier. So because machines and weight cables, pulleys have a cable and a weight stack, you are not getting the best gains that you could be. Continuous tension is actually bad because it makes it so that you can't progress as easily. So if I'm using a weight that's 20 pounds, and the handle is normal width and it's normal size, metal, 20-pound dumbbell, then I'll get up to 25 and 30 faster if I'm doing 2 arms, bicep curl, stack, 40 pounds. I'm not going to reach 50 or 60 for a long time. The best way to use a weight stack machine, cable machine, is to test how much you can lift, like what are max, and also to do like lengthen moves. Like if I'm only doing triceps like that, I got the grip there, and then I go boom. That's good because it's having my triceps stretch. But straight sets, like just to failure, nothing special, no special variation. Straight sets with whatever weight machine is not gonna improve you. Because lifting the stack does not make you feel sore. So it's technically neuromuscular training. Weight stacks in general are just a terrible invention. Because it is very hard. Like, if I were to just do one set, 20-pound bicep curls, I get sore right now. But if I go to a pulley and set it to, like, it doesn't have 20, but if I set it to 22.5 or 17.5 and did like 14 reps, 15, 16 reps, then I wouldn't be sore after. And I think I covered everything, but I mean, you also can train your toes. You can train your toes. You can train your shins. You can there is so for pure strength, you I would say don't get too lean. Keep some fat because that will help with testosterone. Eating pumpkin seeds is the best food for testosterone. Um, when you're trying to build strength, it doesn't necessarily mean you're building muscle. So things like neuromuscular training, tendon strength training, you won't get bigger muscles, but you will get stronger. Also, there's a lot of body moves and a lot of weightlifting moves. I'm not doing justice to all of them in this like 1 hour something minute video. So I'm gonna end soon, but I'll throw out some other moves that, let me just show you. So there's the Victorian cross, where I would lie down, press, and I would lift up. There is one arm Victorian cross. There is the close to impossible. So I would grab up on a bar, press, and now we lift up. But with my body vertical. There's a back lever, which is like full planche, but on a bar, like behind me. There's a reverse close to impossible. There is reverse planche, one arm planche, two arm planche, straddle planche. There is Nordic leg curls, so hold on. Nordic leg curls, so I scratched this bench with my toenail, man. My toenail's not even that. Okay, I have to take a dump. So I'm gonna end this video, but I'm not done. So, should I? So another thing, drop the weight after you do max reps and do another set. Drop the weight and do another set. You can do that or keep the weight the same and do those 20-minute long sets, gigantic sets. Also, if you want to wait and you don't have any weight, buy, do not buy one of these. Buy a dumbbell barbell and weight plates. Or buy that already all put together. Or customize your own. Okay, I gotta take a dump.